Yeah. Are you ready for the next comedian? Yes, are you? So you know pretty much everything about me, and now there's still 2 comedians to go, so we need a round of applause. Come on, give it up, come on, give it up for Socrates!
Keep going there for Mino! Yeah, it's an amazing family, yeah. How y'all doing tonight? My name is Socrates, I am an American. Appreciate that. You guys have heard of the country? Good things, I hope. Yeah. There's reasons to come here, you know. The Russian lady knows what I'm talking about. But I think one of the nice things about the Netherlands, at least, is it's a much more ecological country. You know, like I vote for the Green Party, because nobody parties like the Green Party parties. And I'm hoping one day we're going to march on the world and fix the whole environment. And Austrian guy, you with me? Because if the Austrians are with you marching, you can go far. Aim is also important. So, Green Party. So this is intimidating to me. I don't know if you're up on stage or not, but I am. And I found the whole thing, like, you know, life itself is intimidating. And for me, this is like reminds me of one of the most intimidating things that happened to me is when I lost my virginity. Well, it was such an overwhelming experience, you know, because I had never been to prison before. But I learned a lot of things. I found out that, in fact, being gay and being straight, they're not always that different. I'll give you an example. Don't get ahead of me. But as a straight man, if I go out to a bar, you know, try to get laid, I'm going to go home and I'm not going to have any sex that night. Yeah. She knows why. You can see it from the side, trust me. But as a gay man, however, when I go out to a bar, I choose not to have sex. Yeah, the end result's exactly the same, but the difference is empowering. Yeah. So I'm also on the old side of life. And I don't know if you can tell, she can tell, but I'm also identify as a woman who's 7 months pregnant. I could exercise or lose weight or eat less, but it's funnier like this. So I'm actually 57, which is 75 in Dutch. It's a bit, if you don't know, it's the Dutch are backwards with their thingy-jiggy, so like I'm looking forward to becoming 62. Because I'll be 26. If you can't actually do it, pretend, that's what I'm saying. So, anybody else spent time in the Dutch medical system, the House of Paracetamol? Anyone had surgeries? No, a healthy crowd, broken bones? Nothing? Strokes? That's not funny, man. A month ago, I had a stroke. What's that? Well, I hope to. If I can ask you in 20 years, man, that would be great. We can all meet back here. It would be awesome. You guys will have a bunch of kids. And you'll be proud of Russia again. And you'll have this horrible story to tell about America. It looked like it was going to turn out good, but it didn't work out. And I've been living here about 14 years, and I'm getting my Dutch citizenship. Yeah. I appreciate that. You know what that is the sound of? That's an expat audience. Because the Dutch audience goes, okay. Looks young and healthy, woo. Because they can't see shit. Yeah, I came here for the food, but I stayed for the weather. Well, with global warming, I've been here 14 years, and I remember when it was cold. I remember that one year we didn't have a summer. I mean, remember that? It was like one day of semi-warmth. It was freaking freezing the whole year. And now it's, a month of 30 degrees. And woo, I like it, But for me, this has been a more interesting year for me because I've been doing sort of a tour of the Ziekenhuis. Because last year I was taught this Dutch word I didn't want to learn, but I was forced to learn it, and that word was aangereden. which you don't know it means to be slammed into. And if I didn't pronounce it right, that's because I got slammed into. Yeah, I was riding my bike and it was aangereden door een scooterklootzak, which means I got slammed into by this asshole on a scooter. And came around this blind corner and there's a scooter coming the other way and he was on the wrong side of the path. I tried to explain to him what he was doing wrong. It's etiquette. And I didn't have time, so all I could say was, ah! And I flew through the air, much like a bird. But I landed like an octopus and snapped half of my arms. And I got to go to the hospital. By the way, if you need an ambulance and they say to you, are you going to pass out? The correct answer is yes. Because when I said no, they said, take a taxi. I said, I think I'm going to pass out. They said, okay, we'll send an ambulance. And also, where are you? It's like, I was on my bike. I'm here. I don't know where I am. WhatsApp knows where I am. Why can't you, the police, know where I am? That's Dutch efficiency, which is also what happened when I got to the hospital. They took a look at my x-ray and they said, would you like a shot of morphine? Because the paracetamol was not going to help. And they gave me the blue strap. Anybody have had the blue strap? It's this modern thing they do for arm injuries. It's a strap, it's blue, and it's got some Velcro in it, so it's modern. And they sent me home with another shot of morphine and said, it comes good. You heard this from a therapist? This is something it's like the first week of medical school. Tell them it comes good. It's optimistic, buy some time. Maybe it works. It's cheap. And I think the only time it comes good is really good advice is like when you're shopping around for a sperm donor. Yeah, 5 stars. And also, I got it also from my butcher, my Socrates. He told me also it comes good. But I trusted him because he knows bones. And they sent me home and they told me to keep exercising because it was really, I basically broke the top of the shoulder off and I could only move it about so high. And they said I had to keep pushing it. So I was in my backyard, waving to my neighbors, trying to keep my arm exercising. Getting this horrible vibe from people. I think you know the vibe. Yeah, they thought I was a Nazi, apparently, anyway. I told them what happened. They thought I was just practicing to be a Nazi, which was arguably worse, according to history. And basically, I had surgery eventually, and they put a prosthetic shoulder in the second surgery, so this thing went on forever. So I have a reverse shoulder in my reverse prosthetics where I had a ball, now I have a socket. Remember, I had a socket, now I have a ball. So it's possible I have a trans shoulder. Wasn't sure if I should mention the trans joke, but Mino brought that thing up, so I figured, why not? So yeah, but real fast, about a month ago, I spent the day, it was a beautiful sunny day, and I thought, I'd sit outside, and since I was alone, and I'm in love with myself, I had a little stroke, and I got tired afterward, because you do, and I went to bed for an hour, and I had another stroke, not the good kind, the kind where, you can't walk and shit, and in the end, the thing I have learned throughout this whole process is that a day with a stroke is not nearly as good as a day with a stroke and an orgasm. It's like a comedy show. It's better with a comedy show than a day with an orgasm. So hopefully, you guys over there, anyway. My name is Socrates. Thanks for coming out here tonight, and that's back to dinner.